All right, let's go ahead and take you through some of the papers this morning. We'll start with New Telegraph. Some good news. 10 years after abduction, Army rescues 386 civilians from Sambisa forest. That is the big lead here today. FG not considering de-radicalization program review now, ascribed to a military source. One of the riders on the front page right there. And then Blueprint, 10 years after, troops rescue 386 from Sambisa forest. And beneath that, Northeast governors lament poor state of FG's infrastructure in region. That's what Blueprint highlights this morning. Have a look at Daily Independent. Airlines Interior Ministry violating expatriate quota, ascribed to NAPE, says NCAA lacks robust database for professionals. Aircraft wet leasing not good for local development. That is ascribed to experts. You see there on the front page here this morning. Daily Trust, 2 years after 100 new air traffic controllers redundant, NCAT lacks capacity to train us. Aviation College silent. It takes time to train cadets, and that is ascribed to NAMA. So Daily Trust also following through with that one right there. The Guardian MPC meeting decision, further hike anticipated as inflation interest rates converge above 30%. Business Day, MPC seen further raising interest rates to tame inflation. That also follows through with that lead one right here today. Leadership newspaper, despite strikes, fallen standards, 67 varsities produce 6,464 first-class graduates in 3 years. Experts attribute trend to technology. Others, stakeholders seek adequate funding, vocational skills. So that could always be important. Well, This Nigeria focuses on LG autonomy, and the lead one here says activists, lawyers seek reduction in governors' powers. The writer, Soludo sacks 21 LG Transition Committee chairman. Their tenures expired, says governor. Criticism continued to trail Uzodinma's appointment of sole admins for LGs. That's also on the front page right here. But today, Nigerian News Direct minimum wage FG organized labor to meet today as NLC tells committee to perish offer below 615,000 naira. So all eyes will be on that one to see what happens right there. Well, the Nigerian Observer, Nigerians await CNG vehicles rollout May 29 as FG targets $2.5 billion savings yearly from projects. So also focusing on that right there. Vanguard newspaper, manufacturers wail as unsold goods pile up in warehouses as cost of living rises, purchasing power drops. Palm oil producers worst hits. As the producers of palm oil, the paper leads the first of the riders right there on the front page here this morning. So there you go. A look at some of the dailies this morning.
One of the stories that gives me, that catches my attention naturally, before you start calling me names, yes, I'm going straight to the front page of This Nigeria newspaper. And this is what it leads with. LG autonomy. Activists, lawyers seek reduction in governors' powers. Soludo sacks 21 LG Transition Committee's chairman. Their tenures expired, says governor. Criticisms continue to trail Uzodinma's appointment of sole admins for LGs. I'm wondering how many states in Nigeria have such similar scenarios in their confines right now. Now, again, I'm almost certain that when the constitutional review process begins again, LG autonomy is going to be one of those issues that will be discussed. At least 100 million, or is it not 100, maybe 100 billion, I don't know, naira is invested every year that we have to go through this process of constitutional review. And what do we want to do with that? We want to change the constitution, amend it to be better, to be more relevant to us. I don't think we should forget the impact of the lack of a functional local government administration in our country. The local government system is the first line of defense against insecurity. It's not unknown to us. It is a fact that we all are aware of. And since the time that the local government administrations have not been as effective as they ought to be, we have been having perennial insecurity issues. It is not rocket science. It is a fact that is known to us all. So the question arises, when people say government is not interested in dealing with insecurity or fighting insecurity, the question we should be asking is government, be it federal or state, sincere in ensuring that we end this insecurity, this insurgency, these internal wranglings, these community disputes that continue to happen in the various parts of the country? If we do not get local government administrations right, poverty will continue, insecurity will continue, and the issues that ought to be dealt with, or as I say, nipped in the bud, will become giant trees that we can deal with, that we will not be able to deal with anymore. This is not rocket science. It is something we all know. If we used it before and it worked, why mend it if it's not broken? So I'm hoping that when the National Assembly begins this process of spending millions of naira in ensuring that we get a better constitution, let us have this conversation with the state houses of assembly as well, to ensure that we come up with a full financial and administrative local government autonomy so that we can have development from bottom up. Otherwise, we're still probably just, what, as Chamberlain would say, papering over cracks. That's my take this morning. Kayla.
Indeed, I mean, it's a very important conversation to have, especially, if we're trying to tackle insecurity in the country. The local levels are crucial. And also in economic development, everything that has to do with national development. And that's part of what's going to, make up our conversation coming up later. National development, the Vice President saying everyone has to achieve their potential. Every Nigerian has to thrive for the country to thrive. Can we thrive under the situations we find ourselves right now? But that'll be coming up much later. I want to be able to focus a little bit on things that have happened in Abuja in my analysis this morning. The Inquirer, the Abuja Inquirer. Quite a lot happened over the weekend. Tension high, soldiers camp at Banex Plaza. Abuja mom on fate of traders, authorities analyzing these CCTV footage for culprits. That's because there was an incident at Banex Plaza over the weekend. And we need the details. We need to understand what's really going on. And this is not the first time we're seeing this sort of clashes at plazas in the FCT. At the other time, it was at the Garki Market, and now at Banex Plaza. So tension is high. Soldiers are camping at Banex Plaza. Banex is very crucial to business in Abuja. So many people do business. That is the source of livelihood for thousands. I didn't say hundreds, thousands of people. So something has to be done to ensure that that place is kept secure and people are able to do their businesses. And many of us have to go there almost every day. Everybody I know at least goes to Banex at least once a week because you're looking for one thing or the other. So that's going on over there at the Banex Plaza. And we're seeing more on that story from the Abuja Inquirer. And then I saw this headline that has been making the rounds all over the world. It's on every newspaper, every TV station. Everyone is talking about this story from The Guardian, and it's on page 3. Iran's supreme leader urging prayers for the president after the chopper's hard landing. The details are still a little sketchy. I think we should get some breaking news really soon. No, we've got it. We've got it already. So this headline is a little old, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
They put to bed. Of course, I mean, at the time they put to bed, yeah. It only came up this morning. Yes. That update. So naturally, yeah, that can be the case.
So prayers are with the people of Iran, and everyone, the Ayatollah is urging for prayers. So our prayers are with them in this time of need.
Yeah, but about the Banex, all the time that I was in Abuja, he never went to Banex. So I say everybody's life depends on that. Wow.
I didn't say everybody's life depends on it.
Lots of people go there.
A lot of people go. You've been to Banex for something at some point.
I don't remember when last time.
But at least you've been to Banex. Banex is very important. So we need to keep that place safe. If they need to change the security.
We need to keep everywhere safe.
Banex,
not just that.
We're focusing on Banex this morning. Please keep Banex safe and everyone behave yourselves.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens there because, I mean, I like to be pleasantly surprised if what will come out of that one. Yes, the military police have waded in. They've handed the other two, the military officials have been handed over to the army. And do you know what? One of the people who was one of the soldiers there, guess what? He's a military police officer. So they're supposed to even know how to conduct themselves because preliminary information was that they were an illegal duty. So, but the dailies also did highlight how the police is, they're questioning some people over there, but I guess we'll see how all of that eventually plays out. But there's so many to digest on the front pages here, so you're always welcome to talk to us on any matter that you'd like to. We'd like to hear from you. So that said, we will take a break in just a moment, but we'll be back and then take you through some of the issues that we've got for you here today. So stay on with us.